But he might have said something about. Excusez-moi, qu'est-ce qui se passe?
C'est la course cycliste olympique.
C'est vrai?
Elle va vers Paris, là. Elle passe là, elle va à Malakoff et elle remonte.
You sound like a car. Did you see a bike there? I didn't see a bike. I don't understand. What is everybody waiting for, you guys? Where is that? Like, what bike? Where?
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Speaking of fearless, I would say that Harry and Meghan are pretty darn fearless to me. I mean, they just have taken life by the, I don't know, they've just grabbed hold of life and they're going for it. This latest announcement that they're going to Colombia. I thought it was in November, but I was listening to Sussex Family TV yesterday, and I think Brian said it will be this month in a couple of weeks. So I'm like, what? So I will have to stay tuned for that. They'll be in this sort of in Colombia, in this area where the Afro Caribbean area of Colombia, and they will be attending a music festival and so on and so forth. And of course, people are like, "Oh, what about the security?" Like one of the haters left a comment today. I guess she's trying to say, well, if they can go to Colombia without security, why can't they go to the UK without security? And first of all, I don't think they're going to Colombia without security. These sculptures are really amazing. It's a nice temporary exhibit at Park Montsouris called Capacioli, something like that is the sculptor. Very nice. But anyway, I digress. I just think that the idea that, oh well, they have security, they don't have security in the UK and they don't have security in Colombia, so what's the difference? I think the difference is that the Colombians don't hate Harry and Meghan, and they have not been, the Colombian press has not been encouraging people to hate Harry and Meghan, and they haven't been running polls constantly to try to get people to think about hating Harry and Meghan, right? Number one. But number two, I do think that the Colombians are going to provide excellent security to Harry and Meghan, just like security was provided in Nigeria. I don't think there's any place in the world that they would go where they don't have security and top-notch security to boot, you know. But, all that aside, I just think that Harry and Meghan are just two very fearless people. And, I'm here for it. I love to see it. And it's just a wonderful thing. Anyway, so here I am at Parc Montsouris in the 14th arrondissement of Paris. It's just so beautiful here. Speaking of Fearless, by the way, I heard that Harry and Meghan will be doing an interview with CBS this morning's Jane Pauley. It will be their second interview since the big Oprah interview back in like 2020 or 2021, whatever it was. That interview that one could argue changed everything for the worse in terms of the media's assault on Harry and Meghan, right? So we can only hope that whatever they say in this new interview with Jane Pauley, which seems to be centered more around their work, with mental health, with children, and things like that. So we can only hope that this interview will be better received, quote unquote, by the UK media and other media around the world that got such joy out of harassing Harry and Meghan for such a long time because of the Oprah interview. I mean, the Oprah interview basically gave them an excuse to, just assault Harry and Meghan in this way. They were looking for an excuse, and Harry and Meghan gave them this excuse. So you have to kind of wonder. I love this store. It's just so many beautiful things for the home. One of these days when I grow up and I have like an actual like house or something. I mean at this rate that's probably never going to happen, but you never know. I could win lotto or something. I'm definitely going to come to this store and pick out some stuff because I do love this store a lot. But anyway, I digress. Back to Harry and Meghan. So the idea that, they did this interview with Jane Pauley and, it's going to run tomorrow, I believe. And, everyone's sort of on pins and needles. What's going to happen? What are they going to say? And I'm sure that no matter what they say, it's not going to be the right thing from the standpoint of the UK media. But like I said, I mean, they are fearless, these two. I don't think that they do anything not knowing that someone will find a negative. They whatever they do, they know that someone is going to twist it and turn it into something, blameworthy, something whatever. This is a very interesting museum. I want to stop in here. Hang on a second. Okay, so this is a museum, you guys. What is the name of it? It's a good question. It is the Museum of... I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. It's probably across from what do you call it? The catacombs. I think it's a museum of the liberation of Paris from, I guess, the German occupation in the 1940s, the Second World War. It's a nice garden. And out there you have D'Enfer Rochereau and the catacombs. Why do you think they chose Colombia as their next venue? Actually, I've been wondering about that. I mean, I don't really have a theory. I'm just wondering. I just wondering what do you think? Do you think there's any significance to that choice, or it's just sort of who
Bonjour.
invited them next, or something like that? Let's look at books. I'm trying to find some books on like health books, like subjects like gut health and things like that. I need some help with my gut, just it's a whole thing, everybody's talking about gut and gut health and this and that, and I'm just like, I need a book about gut health and how to have the most healthy gut ever. But this is like a French bookstore and all they have are books on cats. So let's go. What have we here? Oh, this looks really interesting. It's really pretty. And let's check this out.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear I weighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
So, what else about Harry and Meghan? Well, I read this morning in one of those French papers that designers don't want to dress Meghan. Um, what was the reason they gave? Well, for one thing, they said, oh, how Meghan, she wants to break all the fashion rules that have been established by the royal family. But I don't think that's the only reason. They hinted at other reasons, and I was just like, whatever, you guys. I don't think that Meghan is interested in these fashion houses, and that's really the problem. She strikes me as someone who really likes to try different designers, especially emerging and up and coming designers. She likes to work with newer, more contemporary brands and startups more so than, say, the established brands necessarily. I mean, the other day she was wearing that Dior bag that was reminiscent of Princess Diana. I think it is called a Lady Di or something like that. But so she mixes her fashions with contemporary and with more retro, and she mixes her designers quite a lot, and she really, I think, likes emerging designers. So this idea that these houses don't want to work with her, the question is really, does Meghan want to work with these houses? And I think sometimes the answer to their shock horror to that question is no, she does not. No, that she does not. She prefers newer people, newer brands, more cutting edge, and less established, but delivering a punch with style and originality and all that good stuff. Anyway, this is an area in Paris in the 14th arrondissement you're looking at right now that is so incredibly beautiful. It is called Rue des Thermopyles. Rue des Thermopyles, very cool. And yeah, so I'm basically taking a really long walk today, as usual. Here I am. This is also in the 14th at a poissonnerie where you can get all the seafood your heart desires at this poissonnerie. I mean, they had everything from crab to lobster to shrimp to fish to just every possible thing you can dream of, So this is in the 14th. It's a good question. What is the name of the street? It's on, is it Rue General Leclerc? I'm not even sure, but it's the main thoroughfare in the 14th, and it has this really good poissonnerie, and it's really really cool. Or if you're not so inclined, you can also get good, chicken and poultry stuff as well. So that was good. And then now I'm checking out because they also had like a street fair, as you may not have noticed. So there were people selling all kinds of things. I checked that out for sure. And yeah.